It is only when we truly know and understand we have limited time on earth, and we have no way of knowing when our time is up, that we will begin to live each day to the fullest, as if it were the only one we have. "20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the ones you did do. So throw off the bow lines, sail away from the safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, discover. The purpose of life, after all, is to live it, to taste experience to the utmost, to reach out eagerly and without fear for a newer and richer experience. To those who stay put, the world is but an imaginary place. But to the movers, the makers, and the shakers, the world is all around, an endless invitation. So the only question left to ask yourself is, where should you go now?"
Yup, 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 yup. We don't just want to be the best company in the world. We want to be the best company for the world. And my name is Ali Madawi, Global Master Trainer of Young Entrepreneur Project. And I am here live with you with a brand new installment of our Yup Daily. It is May 3rd. That's right. It is 11:02. That's right. This is as live gets. This is really me. It's not pre-recorded and just streamed live for you. So first and foremost, oh my goodness, I got a good one for you today. I'm going to give you 5 specific principles that would get people not to want to do business with you. As a matter of fact, these are the 5 principles that I refuse to want to do business with certain individuals or companies or projects, regardless of how much money can be made. And I want to share these with you today because if you do understand this, you're going to be able to cater your message a little bit different, whether you're on live, whether you're on stories, whether you are prospecting intentionally, directly or indirectly. You want to know this because your prospect is probably avoiding you and or not willing to do business with you if you miss out on these deadly principles. All right. Before I get started, let me say good morning to some beautiful, amazing, fantastic, incredible people. Hey, Weenie, all the way from Sydney, Australia. Joanne Kimball, PA in the house. Kathy Clemens, Arizona. I watched your live today. It was awesome. Sharon, what's going on? Indiana's in the house. Hey, Heidi. What's up? What's up? What's up? Dr. Gail from Ohio. Lisa from Jersey. What's up? What's up? Hey, Claire, what's going on, Maryland? Hey, I see you all. I love you all. I appreciate you. Texas in the house. Hey, Pat, how you doing? Lily Gray, what's going on? I love that you are here with me. Christina Perry from North Carolina. Brenda from Texas. Man, Texas is taking over today. Alicia from Alabama. Hey, Danny Lawson, also from Texas. Yes, I see you. Lori, what's up? What's up? I see you, rock stars. Debbie Morton from Hot Phoenix. Hey, Perinda from Chicago. What's up? What's up? Debbie Snyder from South Carolina. Mark Thomas from Mississippi. I'm going to do one last one. Good morning, Trust Levy. I appreciate you, John Booth. What is going on? All right, let me stop right there. First and foremost, feel free to hit that share button. Feel free to tag a friend that needs to hear this message or sharing this on your private Facebook groups and or private messengers, because I think this is going to be a helpful one for many, many individuals in order to have the success that they want to have in business. Now, with that being said, many of us in business get hit with what's so-called objections. A lot of people would say things like, I don't have time, I don't have money, I don't have energy, I don't have resources, I don't have a babysitter, I don't have whatever it may be. The reality is people don't reject or not want to do business with you because of money, or time or whatever you may be told. That's what's called a camouflage. That's something that they thought, if I say this to Ali, then Ali is going to let me off the hook. Ali is not going to try to enroll me as a customer, a client, a member, a rep, whatever your nature of business that it may be, right? So the reality is there are specific reasons or triggers that would lead the individual to give you the camouflage itself. And I want to address them for you today. Now, I'm going to give you a fair warning. Warning. What I'm going to share with you is going to be a little bit touchy-feely, because many of us have been trained or taught by the wrong people who may have had a little bit of success or a lot of bit of success using old methodologies or wrong methodologies, and they project onto the world, if it works for me, then it is the right way. While in reality, it doesn't matter if it works for you, one person. It only matters if it works for the masses. It only matters if it helps the masses. That's called impact. But if it works for you, one person, that's just you hustling the world and making money out of it, which God bless. I don't have a problem with you hustling, but we just got to understand where our core values are either aligned or none of the above. Because if our core values are not aligned, most likely we're not going to be doing business. So let's dig deep into these 5 basic principles that I think you're going to appreciate. All right, number 1, you ready for it? Expectations. Somebody write the word expectations so you can put a timestamp. So if you are watching a replay, you can just move the timeline and you can see the comments going up. You see expectations, you know where to pick it up from. Expectations. So the reason that person either did not get started with you and or not continue on after they might have given you a month, a week, an hour, a year to try you out, is because you've set up the wrong expectations. Let me explain. There's nothing more dangerous in direct sales specifically, network marketing specifically, than hype. So you may say, well, that's a harsh word to say, hype. That's what a prospect is interpreting it as. They are looking at, this is hype. This is exaggeration. This is where you get things like, well, it just sounds too good to be true. Let me do some due diligence. Let me do some homework. I had somebody yesterday that said they wanted to do some due diligence on a product that they want me to evaluate for them. This is an actual friend of mine. They're in the oil business, essential oil business. And they were like, yeah, no, I'm just going to do some research on my own. And I was like, well, are you a biochemist? They're like, no. I'm like, are you a scientist? I'm like, no. I'm like, where are you going to do the research? And they were like, well, Google. I'm like, do you think that is the place for you to do some research or due diligence, or should you reach out to the person who educated you and ask them for documentation that backs up what they asked for? Well, they said, here's the thing. I ask, but they keep connecting me with their leaders and their top managers or whatever they are. In other words, uplines. And they keep just pushing this too good to be true, that just for me using these oils, my health is going to get better. My life is going to get better. And I'm just not understanding how is that even possible. And it just comes across like they're just trying to push a product on me. Now, why did that family member tell me that? Because they felt comfortable with me. I'm not in the sales equation. They felt that they can tell me about it. And they did not tell that actual person that is introducing them that very same thing. So I said, why don't you just say that what you just said to me to the person who introduced you? Just let them know, hey, can you just send me some documentation that backs up what you said? Because it just doesn't connect with me. This is all new to me. This is foreign to me. I'm like, because I guarantee you go to Google, you're going to get lost between so many good but confusing and conflicted arguments or documents, or a lot of negativity. People are going to say it's not good, it's too good to be true, it's a scam, or whatever the case may be, right? So what kind of expectation are you setting up for that person that you are introducing to your company, to your product, to your service, to your offer? Whatever you may be in, I don't care what you are in. You could be on CBD, you can be in an entrepreneurial community, you could be on crypto, you could be on telephone, you could be on solar, you could be on anything. It is simply the expectations that you are setting up from the moment you talk to that individual that would lead that individual to either stick with you long term or quit or never join you in the first place. So here is my advice to you. Always downplay the hype. And yes, it is hype. Downplay it, right? There's a reason the world is not in your network marketing company, and only a few. The select few connected with your core values and the expectations that you set up made sense for them. So imagine how many more people you can have into your business if you didn't sell them on, this magical thing. You put it on your skin, and your skin naturally becomes beautified, and you lose 20 years of age instantly. Now, it may be something out there that does that, and I know there are products that remove wrinkles instantly for a period of time, but it is the language that you use that will come across as hype. So instead of pushing what you believe the best thing ever of the product, the service, the compensation plan, the whatever it is that you're doing, make sure that you allow the person to invite themselves into your company. Let me explain. If you are in health and wellness, instead of bragging about how I can lose 7 pounds in 1 week, which it's pretty realistic if you really know about it. Like that first week usually happens, but the majority of the people have already been told that by so many wrong companies and wrong products and wrong services that by default, you triggered an emotion that led them to believe, yes, the same old hype, rah, rah. Rather, post a picture of a before and after and let them say, hey, what'd you do? What did you do? Don't talk to me about the product. Just let me say, hey, that's a great transformation. What did you do? From there, and we talked about it for 5 weeks in a row, you can invite them to a private group. Hey, let me just give you access to the group where there's guidance, there's support, and you can see exactly what I've done because it's too much for me to explain it to you over a text. Add them to the group, tag them in a video, and let the information give them all the information they need. You did not rah-rah. You did not hype. They asked for it. See, there's a trigger emotional mindset. If you asked for it, dear prospect, I'm an educator. I'm a consultant. I'm a counselor. I'm advising you. If I tell you I'm soliciting business, I don't want to solicit business. I want to make sure that I give enough value to you every single day that the majority of the world that is interacting and connecting with me wants more of what I'm doing. See, that is why I will outproduce you any day, all day in anything that I do. Now, you may be good at enrolling people right now, month 1, day 1, whatever it may be. But I guarantee you, I keep my clientele in business, my organization in business, my community in business for a very, 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 very long time because I set up the right expectations. See, when I'm working with somebody and they say, when do you think I should start seeing some realistic expectations? Want some realistic results? I ask them a simple question. When do you think you're going to apply yourself as a professional? And they're like, well, what do you mean? I'm like, when you figure that answer out, I can promise you I'll give you a legitimate answer. But until then, you have to understand that in business, it's a lonely path to success. In business, there are a lot of variables that are going to try to knock you out. In business, you have to plan on 18 months before you have some realistic longevity, successful results. Now, to you, you may say, well, I don't have time for that. I want 30 days success. Cool. Look for a get rich quick. But I would much rather set up the right mindset for you to absolutely educate you over a long period of time so you're not giving up on your hopes. My first network marketing company, my very first one, and I wrote about this in my book. It's a story of DJ. Some of you who read the book, you know who DJ is. That young woman came to my house and said in my house, and my upline who was presenting sold her on an idea that by referring to people who are going to spend $500 within 30 days, you're going to make your $1,000. Not telling her that each one of them has to get 7 customers, that each one of them has to show up to leadership, that each one of them had to have their back office active, that each one of them are not going to be found right away. And you may have to go through 100 people before you find them. DJ had the wrong expectations. Not only DJ quit, But DJ never came back in any business, and DJ's still a waitress in a diner as we speak right now, hating the fact that she keeps missing out on her daughter's gymnastics. Don't be that person. Don't rob people out of their dreams, or I guarantee you they're either not going to join you or they may join, but they'll quit real quick. Let's go to the second one. You ready for it? Conviction. Write the word conviction so we can timestamp this. Conviction is, are you 100% sold out, not with your words, but your activity on what you are doing or what you are enrolling me into? See, if I feel like you're not necessarily sure about your own product, your own service, your own offer, man, you're trying to sell me something you're not sold out on. You're trying to sell me something you're not convinced of. So we, as human beings, we have our spidey senses. We feel it. We know exactly what you are convinced of or where you are not. And I'll give you an example. Is when I tell somebody, man, tell me about your experience. How much fun are you having? And they're like, yeah, it's going all right. It's going all right. You just told me you joined the best company in the world. There's nothing like it and nothing before it and nothing after it. And now you're saying it's going all right? Or, like, hey, so you've been in business with your company for 6 months and tell me about some of the results. And you go and say, well, I'm not really successful yet. Man, shame on you. Aren't you happy with the products that the company is providing to you? Aren't you happy with the results that you're experiencing, how you're feeling, whether, again, it is health and wellness, crypto, jewelry, solar? Aren't you satisfied? Man, I don't care if I've never sold a single thing, but when I'm talking to that person, dude, it is the best thing that's ever happened to me. Since I put solar panels, I'm not in solar, by the way, just an example. Since I put solar panels in my house, I've been saving money every single month. I've saved hundreds of dollars so far. It's the best thing that's ever happened. Conviction. It'll lead the person to say, I need to see this with my own eyes. Let me add you to the group. I'll tag you in a quick video and let's chat afterwards, probably with some of the best people who are having the best results with this opportunity, product, service, offer. But then what do? Because you're afraid that they're going to ask you specific questions that would lead you to say, I don't know. I'm not sure. So conviction is an important piece. Number 3, drop the word commitment. This is where it's going to start turning really hardcore. I put them in a specific order that it's starting light, and then I'm going to start slapping, and then double slapping. All right, you're going to enjoy it. Trust me. Just stick with me. You got to love this. All right, here we go. So commitment. Man, this is probably the hardest one, or one of the top 3 hardest one. And the reason you're going to lose business before you even get anybody to commit with you. Let me get this straight. You want people to commit to you, your organization, your business, and you're not willing to commit to them 100%. I'm all for multiple sources of income. I'm all about multiple streams of income. And I got nothing wrong with that. But I can promise you one thing. There's not a single thing that I'm involved in that I'm cheating on with another thing. Now, I use that word specifically, cheating on. See, for me, in direct sales specifically, I'm not in business with an opportunity. I'm not in business with a product. I'm not in business with a compensation plan. I'm in business with my organization, with those people who have trusted in me, with the couples that had fights over, trust me, honey, this is the last $500 we'll ever spend. This guy, Ali, by the way, I don't charge $500. I'm just giving you an example. This guy, Ali, is going to help us by doing such and such and such. And he told me it's going to take us a year. However, working with him, I've seen the results. Just trust me. And they had arguments and fights and they agreed. Fine. Last guy you're spending money on is this guy, Ali. Now, imagine if you're that person and then you find me selling something else that is totally conflicting to what I just convinced you and your wife or your husband to join in. How would you feel? How would you feel? Let me get this straight, Ali. I just committed to you and gave you my last $500 out of my savings account from my kids with the hope that you're the answer. And I'm finding out that there is a better answer somewhere else, and I was just a number in your organization. That is going to absolutely long term. You may be really good at burn and churn. You may be really good at bringing a lot of people in. But I'm telling you right now, the last thing you want is to be tagged as he's a hopper. He hops from company to company. He's going to recycle his network or her network over and over and over. I'm telling you, that is the worst thing you can do to your organization, because they may join you on 1, 2 maybe. But then the moment they realize, dude, all you do is you keep asking me to spend more money and I'm not really seeing any results, it's going to turn into, well, you're actually are using me to make your money. You're not invested in me to win with you. That is the worst thing that you can do to your organization. So commitment is an important piece. I told you it's going to get a little bit quiet in here. All right. Number four. This is key. Credibility. All right. Let's talk about credibility. A lot of us were taught, I was given and convinced with the idea that credibility only comes from being successful. Credibility only comes from having results, right? Credibility only comes from, accolades, the rings, the titles, the jewelry, whatever they call them, like the rubies and the diamonds and the blueberries and all that stuff. Like, listen, I get it. Credibility is important. Credibility helps. But if you are, first of all, if you believe your own edification is the actual incredible sign that you're already out. In my book, man, a lion doesn't need to tell you he's a lion or it is a lion. A lion is not the biggest in the jungle, right? Like we all seen that video from the Ravens' own Ray Lewis. He said a lion is the king of the jungle, but he's not the biggest. The elephant is. He's not the fastest. A cheetah is. He's not the smartest. A monkey is. But why is he the lion? Because he's got credibility. He stands tall. I keep saying he. It stands tall, right? You know the lion is the jungle. The lion lays the law. You have your strengths. You have your strengths. I have it all. You don't need to brag about your 1994 one-hit wonder. You do that, again, those who know, those who are qualified to really elevate your business to a whole new level, is the moment we laugh. You're going to tell me about what you did in 1994? Okay, that's cute. You know, they call them one-hit wonder. Vanilla Ice is a one-hit wonder. That's great. Good for you what you've done, but what impact do you have today? How are you relevant today? How are you creating better opportunities for everybody after you? Man, I don't care about what happened in 1994. I don't care what success I've achieved in my years in the past. Like, it means nothing. It really doesn't. The only thing that I can create my credibility with is the impact that I'm creating right now. The people I'm helping right now. The people I'm truly taking care of right now. The stories that I'm creating. How many success stories are you creating right now? Man, who cares about what you did back in the day? You probably were lucky and you were the first one in. That's what most people think. I'm just telling you. That's what most people think. Do not rob yourself by starting to scream your own horns, by believing your own credibility. We've seen incredible actors, celebrities, business gurus that made it to the top and crashed and burned. Don't be that person, because you will be forgotten like a fax machine is right now. Like, we know what a fax machine is. Do you have one in the house? Please don't admit it if you do. All right, let's get into the fifth one. This is probably going to sting the most. You ready for it? I hope you are. Integrity. Now, they say common sense is not common at all. And you would think that integrity is to just be the common thing. And a lot of people think integrity is, as long as I'm not lying publicly, as long as I'm not hiding anything from those that I'm working with, as long as, my network marketing company is still paying people out, that's integrity, right? It goes deeper than that. As a matter of fact, integrity is a lot heavier than everything that I've just mentioned with you. See, integrity to me is not only what you are saying, doing, but who you are in business with, who you are associating yourself with. I don't like to do business with everyone, and I won't. I get reached out to every single day by many individuals from many companies offering many things, throwing the world, whether we'll give you a year worth of our products, or, we'll give you a sign-in bonus, or we'll give you equity. We'll plug you above everybody that's been working for 5 years before you. Like I'd be told all that stuff. But the reality, those are exactly the reasons why I would not do business with people. See, if I know that what you are associated with is hurting the masses, man, I got no respect for you. If I know that what you're doing is not sustainable long term, but you're doing it out of scarcity, out of like, man, I got to just eat right now until it burns and I'll move on to the next. It's not my fault. It's not my company. I'm just going to wait and eat it until it burns and I'll go to the next. I've seen it repeatedly over and over and many times over the last years. Your integrity is like a tattoo. It'll never go away. We all know you have it. You may hide it in the moment, but one day when you stretch, we see it. Your tattoo is part of you. Even if you do the razor and you burn it and you remove it, we'll still see the scar from that tattoo. So what does that tattoo say about you? What does that integrity say about you? Are you the one who absolutely is willing to admit when you drop the ball and you mess up and say, I messed up, I hurt you? Are you the one who's willing to humble yourself and say, I don't know, I'll figure it out? Or are you trying to fake it till you make it? Are you the one who just hype, rah for the sake of that check? Or are you the one who would literally work with an organization, with a team, and be methodical about, let's do this the right way so that everybody wins? Let me share something with you. My company, my entrepreneurial community, it has an affiliate model. It has a networking model. But guess what? I tell every single person that I work with, don't be a sales rep. Don't promote the company name. Don't promote the product name. Promote you. I want you to be the entrepreneur. I want you to be the attraction piece. Until you do that, you'll never have the credibility because you'll be seen as everybody else, as a sales rep. You know what everybody else teaches? Go tell everybody. Tag everyone. Share. Just put it out in every single group. Tell everybody about our product. Tell everybody about our opportunity. That is what a desperate sales rep is taught. And that is the reason, and I'm convinced of this, that 85% of the people who ever get into direct sales never make a profit. They may make $100 just to cover their subscription or their monthly auto ship. They never turn a profit. This is the reason why the 1%ers, like, do you know that in network marketing, if you're part of the 2%, you're making $50,000 or more? Man, I don't want to be like, just understand. I don't want to hype you up and juice you up so you can join some quick, network marketing turnaround just because it has an attractive startup bonus. I want you to win and achieve your core values for you and for your family so you can sustain it, so you can outlive the quick commission check. If you're living for the commission, you have absolutely lost my respect. I want to know, how many people are you actually working with? How many people do you reach out to and look at, hey, last time you had an argument with your wife about the business, how are things at home? Or do you say, well, we can call that a loss. He probably already quit. Move on. I still reach out to the people that are no longer in business with me over the years. Hey, just sending some love your way. Just checking on you. How are things? Hope all is well. Man, things they're going amazing for you. And I say it like it is. If you know me, I'm going to tell you straight up the way you need to hear it. I've had people that reached out to me about opportunities. And I said, no. They say, why not? I'm like, I would never get myself involved with such a company because you have no product or service. No, we have this and we have that. Right. There's many companies who say the same exact thing. There's a difference between marketing and reality. Marketing, oh yeah, that's why you and I bought so many things that we should have never bought. That's marketing. It's like the burger that looks on the picture and then you get it and it's so much flatter and you're like, what's this? Yeah, that's number 8. No, number 8 looks this big. Yeah, that's number 8. It's called number 8 marketing style. Do not make the mistake and ruin your integrity for the sake of now money, because we will always know you as that one person that has done things. Listen, I'm not perfect. I've had 3 network marketing companies that one sold without telling me or any of my team, and I had 68% of a $400 million company. I was the face of the company at the time. Do you think that was bad, embarrassing, it was horrible? You think I wanted to go back and show my face to the world? They played us all. And I was the idiot that fell for it. I was the idiot that was going out and telling the world. But I came back and I said, here's what happened. It was bad move on my end. I misjudged it. I didn't see the red flags. And then we went to a second network marketing opportunity called Vima. Many of you know about it. Vitamin Essential Mineral Mangosteen and Aloe Vera. They had FTC issues. And I wasn't seeing what they were reporting in the books of business. Hey, I messed up, dude. I was part of like a 27-day evaluation with many, many individuals within my team, my leadership. And we thought this was the answer. 10-year company. Guess we didn't see that coming. Own it. Own it. You mess up. Hey, I messed up. Even in our entrepreneurial community, how many times we've had things that didn't work out right? Technology issues, websites, or whatever the case may be. And I'm telling you, if Debbie Simon's in here, she knows I ripped the Band-Aid. I'll never forget one conversation. I mean, the first thing I'm like, all right, well, listen, we're dropping the ball. I can't deliver it today. It's going to take us another month. And it was horrible having a conversation like that. But it was real. I knew that me and that young, beautiful Debbie Simons having a conversation, it was, now we're family. You kept it real with me. We're good. We'll overcome it. And we did. That was a while back. So don't ruin your possible long-term success for a now commission. For now, there you are, Debbie. You remember that day too. I ask of you, focus on these 5 things if you want long-term success in the network marketing direct sales. Number 1, expectations. Don't sell something that is in your eyes. My God, it's extraordinary. It is to you, but the average mind is not going to receive it as such. They're going to receive it as too good to be true. So let the information by adding them in a group, tagging them in a video, and then someone else can give them some insights about their experiences. Conviction. Don't, it's okay. No, it's the best thing that's ever happened. It's the most incredible thing ever, right? Like you got to be convinced yourself, not hype, not rah-rah, but you got to be sold out. And if you're not, that means you don't know your product or you don't know your compensation plan. Commitment. You got to be committed to the team, not to the opportunity or the compensation plan. If I'm not committed to you as a human being, what is commitment anyways, right? So doing the right thing, which leads to your long-term credibility. And of course, mind your integrity. It is a tattoo that you can never remove. I love you and I appreciate you. Tomorrow, I'm going to be coming and talking to you, I guess, about what? Where do you find people to talk to about your business? Is it possible to never run out of somebody to a list of names to talk to and work with? Absolutely, it is possible. And yes, there are extensions and there are automations, but I'm going to show you the organic, natural, one-on-one way that has worked for me and has made me the lifestyle that I have with my beautiful wife and my 2 children. So I thank you and I appreciate you. And until next time, peace out, everybody. Good day, y'all.